What a time to be alive, and what a great masculine and manly shirt this is. In any case, beyond the obvious, it is rare to see the whole world come together in condemning something absolutely vile and disgusting. If you haven't watched Invincible Season 4, you probably at least have heard about this. The fact that everyone is pretty upset with what's currently happening, and rightfully so. The situation is very disgraceful, very disrespectful, and very vile on pretty much all levels. But the memes are glorious, and the conversation is. Well, the conversation is obvious, and the people on the wrong side are rightfully currently getting decimated online. Meet potential woman. 0 feats, 0 relevance, a lot of calories though. Just wait, once she overcomes those mental blocks, she'll be able to summon even more walls. Truly, we definitely need walls. She's the most powerful hero in the verse. Technically, I guess true, but honestly, who cares at this point? Burns calories by using her powers, still ends up obese. We all know that this is true. Give me liberty, give me fight, give me unborn babies, or I retire. Ugh. True. If you don't know what this situation is about, by the way, it's about abortion. The fact that they gave her an abortion and she's the victim because of it. I think it's true. A long, long time ago, Hillary Clinton once boldly proclaimed women are the greatest victims of war. How true and right, Queen. Keep slaying, obviously. Use my powers creatively? No. I mean, fits for something that's inspired by Green Lanterns. Summon 100 pink walls to do nothing. Big, true, and real. Only confirmed the Ultrim kill was a fetus. Whoa, that's a spicy one. In any case, it gets better. Okay, listen, the memes, and we're gonna move on from the memes to the actual things that people are saying that's super stupid and unhinged. And gonna look into that. It's gonna be great. But for now, let's just have a little bit more fun. Eve woke up and decided to choose violence. Debbie, you'll get, by the way, Debbie, respectable, best choice, absolutely great. She, at the end of the day, came back to her man, even though he was a genocidal maniac, which embodies pretty much literally everything women value in men most of the time. But in any case, that's too big of a conversation for you just yet. Debbie, you'll get to choose the baby's future afterwards, but Atomic Eve, I choose that. Absolutely on point. Absolutely on point. I love the fact that everyone is making fun of this situation. We have this situation. Averted or awoke. Eve was afraid she might have to raise a child alone. By the way, technically she's a millionaire because they had that invincible defense thing where people probably had to pay a lot. So she murdered it without first telling the father she was even pregnant through. And Invincible apologized. And this is why people are mad. Not only is she the victim, the guy who got PTSD from going to war, by the way, is also needs to support her because obviously it's just really repulsing and disgusting. I'm sorry I did this to you. Invincible apologized to Eve after she tells him she aborted his child. Yep. That's this whole situation, by the way. And now, bro, that's a wall. Here's the thing. I get what they're trying to do here, but it doesn't make sense for Eve as a character in a world they live in. Why would raising a child alone be a problem for her or scary? True, based, and real. Exactly. She doesn't have a job that she needs. She doesn't go to school. Her powers can literally create anything. Shelter, and resources, food and diapers for her and the kid. For Pete's sake, she used to live in a treehouse mansion for months without end. True. Now, granted, at that time she didn't have her powers, but everyone figured out why, right? And and if it's about losing her free time, she could have easily hired a babysitter for the day when she wants for herself. Now, this shouldn't even be an argument because that's kind of wild, but I mean, this is the modern world we live in. In any case, feel free to pause and read the rest of this if you want to, or we're moving on because better things, okay? So this one's a good one. A boyfriend is the strongest Wiltram. She herself is indestructible, can easily raise the child, aborts it, plays the victim, and cries. Yes. Considering these are very obvious summaries of the situation, no wonder people are upset. And this is the poorest idiotic way to try and actually justify this. A boyfriend was about to go to war on an entire different planet. So that's why you chose to not tell him? Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Losing her powers and completely vulnerable due to sudden pregnancy. Bro, what do you mean completely vulnerable? Everyone is as vulnerable as her in that situation. In fact, she has more protection than the average because, well, you know, in the show Cecil and whatnot. Yeah, she lost her powers, but she is still way more protected than anyone else and not in immediate danger from, well, anyone because no one knows her identity. Father is awful, mother does whatever he says. The father is not awful. The father actually wants what's best for her and just doesn't like super powered people because, well, they endanger her. The father literally explicitly says why he doesn't like Marcus because she is capable and strong and whatnot, but she did get injured because of him, which is actually pretty on point, and you can't really say anything against that, even though we kind of want to, right? Feels she has no choice but abortion. Aha! Oh, poor Eve, no choice. Invincible spans are spineless and unsympathetic. Nope, you're just stupid. It is what it is. Number of filter bites killed. Oliver 0, Atomic Eve 1. Self high five, boys. What a time to be a time. Oh yeah, pretty accurate. And now we're gonna get into the better stuff. Anissa is way better than Atomic Eve. True, real, and based. At least she didn't abort Mark's child. True. If you know anything more about this, you're probably yelling even more true. Okay, and here's more. Oh, that's a picture for me for later. Anyway, the abortion controversy involving Eve has social media on fire right now. But will the Invincible show how will the Invincible show handle the situation between Mark and Anissa? Will they address it, skip over it entirely, or rewrite it? I'm just gonna come out and say it right here. Anissa did nothing wrong. Free my girl. She did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. Mark's just a pussy, okay? Listen, if you choose Eve over Anissa, I mean, you made the wrong choices, okay? It's just bad. It is bad, okay? We want to live in this future right here, don't we? This is the right future. This is actual possibility woman right here, okay? And I mean, even she didn't abort Mark's child, okay? She actually loves that child later onward. So this is what we're literally dealing with here, okay? Strong, independent, capable woman that actually does things that Eve says is impossible. Bro, she doesn't even have a house. She doesn't have social security. She doesn't know which street she lives on. Eve's literally a millionaire. And yet she decided to keep it. And is a good mom. Absolutely disgusting. Every Atomic Eve fan should feel bad about themselves because reasons. Anyway, have a nice day. Bye.